Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
So today we're going to take a break from our normal herbal routine and discuss what?
Compost.
Yay!
Okay, so compost is like the key ingredient to a successful garden. If there's one thing that you were going to put on your field or your garden beds, you'd want it to be compost because it has a mixture of all sorts of other ingredients. So to make a healthy compost pile, it's kind of like making a good meal or taking care of yourself. You need 5 key ingredients that will ensure you success. So I'll go through them. The 5 key ingredients are, first, air. Pretty easy. So you can get air in your compost pile by using big stick things like this and actually starting on the bottom layer with things like this, because if you cross them over, it allows air flow between them. Okay, second ingredient, water. So you need to make sure that your pile is watered often enough. You don't want it to be too wet, like mushy, sloggy, and you definitely don't want it to dry out. Third ingredient is heat. You need your pile to be warm. So if you layer appropriately with all of the different components, you will have a warm pile, basically.
Does it need to reach a certain degree or anything, or?
It depends, like, for organic sort of standards and to kill certain weed seeds, I think you need it to be up to like 140 for 3 or 4 days in a row, I think, for organic certification. So another ingredient, nitrogen. So you can find nitrogen from your garden by using things in your garden that are green. So green equals nitrogen. And so the 5th ingredient is carbon. And you can find carbon in your garden by using things that are brown, like hay or straw. Also, you can cut plant material and let it dry out, and you'll see that your green plant material becomes brown. So what you can see from that is everything green, the nitrogen, has carbon in it too. It actually has a lot more carbon than it has nitrogen. So you need to make sure you have enough nitrogen. So another way of getting enough nitrogen besides using the green is using some kind of manure. So you can use cow, horse, sheep, goat, all very high in nitrogen. Chicken's really high. And that really helps heat up your pile. So why is it that you need all of these perfect ingredients? The reason is because inside of the pile are millions and billions of beings. And that's who's actually making your compost for you. So like I said at the beginning, you need to have, it's like feeding yourself well. All these ingredients are what feed the microbes, the fungus, the millipedes, centipedes, worms, whoever's in there. The water feeds them, the nitrogen and carbon feed them, and they reproduce. And actually what ends up generating the heat in your pile is them walking around and eating everything and then pooping it all out. And so your pile decomposes into a whole new form, which is soil that you can put back in the garden, because these bugs are walking around, often running around, eating, and then pooping. And that's what your compost actually is. So there's a brief summary. One way to get those bugs in your pile is called inoculating. So you can take compost, even if you can take compost that's already been made and use it as one of the layers in your pile, so that you're bringing in those bugs. You're saying like, hey, you guys come over here, I need you. So you're introducing them. And the way that you want to do it is just think of it like you're making a lasagna. So you just keep on putting on different layers: green, brown, manure, green, brown, compost, manure, and water it. Should work out.
Wonderful. Can we take a look inside your compost?
So this compost we made at the beginning of this year, and this was literally like old mugwort stalks and
Wow.
elecampane stalks and tons of different grass clippings and just, everything that we weren't using, old plants that we were pulling out. And so now this is just like rich. I can't wait to get this on my beds. And
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, and there's a little wormy, there's a bunch of worms in there. Yeah.
Wonderful. So you have your nice little herbal compost.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful.
Here's the rock.
Well, thanks for taking time to show this vital part of growing your herb garden.
Yeah.